Welcome along to Jalan Stadium, where two giants of the local game collide in the pursuit of glory in the Singapore Cup. Once again, the Lion City Sailors are looking to make it a hat-trick of trophies in this competition, while their rivals, BG Tampines Rovers, will be eager to prevent a hat-trick of cup heartbreak for themselves by claiming their 5th Singapore Cup title. We are at the main event of the 26th edition of the Singapore Cup, this final taking place at a historic venue. The journey to the final for the Lion City Sailors and BG Tampines hasn't been an arduous one in this season's competition. Both clubs given a bye into the semi-final stage. BG Tampines came up against Elbrex Niigata and they came away with a 5-3 win on aggregate. For the Lion City Sailors, they were up against Ballistic Ulcer. They cruised into this final with a 5-1 win over the two legs. An opportunity for both clubs to pick up a major trophy, and with that, a potential place in continental competition. Plenty at stake. Let's hear from the coach of the both sides ahead of kickoff.
Hi Ranko, big blockbuster match tonight and defending cup champions as well. How have you prepped the team given the stakes for this one?
Yeah, I mean, same like always. It was a little bit shorter preparation than we used to because we just came out of the winter break. So that's maybe a little bit different than the previous years, but I mean, we are ready. It's a beautiful game to play. I think, you know, on this kind of pitch with I hope full stadium, there's nothing to worry about.
And you're cup champions 2 seasons running now, and are you feeling the expectation and pressure to deliver one more, you know, even on a personal level?
Yeah, always. I mean, we are the club that always want to win trophies. I know how hard it is to get in the 3 finals in a row. That's something that this group of players did tremendously, and like you said, maybe we built a lot of expectation through the last two and a half years, which is good, and that's where we want to be.
And it's your first encounter against Tampines since the Community Shield. Is that result still on your mind, or what's the approach for this one?
No, I mean, they won the match fair and square, and it was totally, I mean, we are a totally different team. I think they also, it's totally different game stake. You cannot compare those 2 matches. Of course, we wanted to win that Community Shield also, but yeah, nevertheless, these kind of cups are even more important.
And speaking of differences, the few departures, also a few additions to the squad since we've last seen you. Can we expect to see some debuts in Sailors colours tonight?
Definitely. I mean, Kyoga's going to start. Luka is going to start from the bench. So yeah, I mean, they're all ready to play. I have a good squad, and the good thing about and fortunate with this club is that now we have to build up not only the first 11, but also the people coming from the bench have to be a top quality.
Hi Coach, a rematch of the final last season where it ended in heartbreak for Tampines. No, perhaps a bit of unfinished business here?
Yeah, not really actually, because this is just another game in that sense for us. But of course, it's a big game. It's an opportunity for us to get some silverware to start the year actually. So yeah, we expect a good game, a very hard game. So I'm sure Sailors would think so too.
It was a very decisive 4-1 victory the last time you faced each other. Does that give you a bit of confidence, and you know, can that performance be replicated?
Yeah, obviously, but I'm sure Sailors would disagree with that. So again, like I said, I think that's just the beginning of the season when we started, and maybe Sailors are not really ready for that. But like I said, I think we expect a very hard game tonight, and we are up for it actually.
You said it was going to be hard, and so what kind of mentality do you want to see right from the get-go?
Well, like I told the boys, I think we approach every game thinking that we have a very big chance to win, just like this game as well. And I think we are very confident about our abilities, about our football, and tonight is an opportunity for us to showcase that.
All right, Coach, all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That was great hearing from Noraman and Alexander Rankovic just before him, as we have a look at that beautiful Singapore Cup trophy. That is what's at stake this evening. Neither side will want to be playing second fiddle tonight. And with me in the commentary position is a familiar voice on the broadcast, Shashi Kumar. He has been in these situations on numerous occasions as a player and as a coach. Shashi, talk us through what the feeling is like ahead of an occasion like this?
Well, first of all, that's the player, the one to watch tonight, the big news. But yeah, you know, I think firstly, you've got to say there's surely nerves in the players' heart and minds and whatever. But you know, they just want to go out there and start kicking the football, because just waiting for a kickoff. The time before that in the dressing room, it's all noise. But you just want to shut that off, get into the pitch, and once the kickoff goes and the referee blows the whistle, that's it. You know, you just go on flying. But having said that, this looks like a wonderful final, arguably the two best sides in Singapore football. And if you look at the quality on paper as well and on the bench as well, you know, I think there's quality throughout. And we're just hoping that we have a wonderful final today.
We have a violinist out there walking off the pitch. No second strings tonight, I can guarantee you that. Plenty of quality out there on a lovely, lush playing surface here at Jalan Besar Stadium. What a night this promises to be. Silverware at stake, mid-season. Coaches have said perhaps a little bit strange in that regard, but it's an opportunity to pick up that trophy. And for Lion City Sailors to create some history with a hat-trick of titles. And BG Tampines looking to pick up their first Singapore Cup win since 2019. Match referee is Adam Kersey, who has 128 A-League matches under his belt. He also refereed the 2025 Australia Cup final and the 2024-25 A-League Grand Final. So he comes with bit match experience in that part of the world. He'll be assisted by Owen Goldrick and Arvin Shanmuganathan, both of whom have also officiated in Australia Cup finals. VAR is Farhan Muhammad, and he will be assisted by Andy Tan. Well, let's have a look at the lineups, beginning with the Lion City Sailors. They have made 4 changes from their last outing. Ivan Susak is back in goal in place of Izwan Mahmud, who has made the move to the Young Lions on loan. Kyoga Nakamura marks his return to Singapore football with a debut for the Sailors against his former club. He lines up alongside Sian Denge in central midfield. Song Yong also back in the starting 11, as is the goal scorer in last season's final, Bart Ramzala. Plenty of quality and options on the bench, as is usually the case for Lion City Sailors. Haris Harun, Hamish Shaheen, and a wealth of talent in this squad. For Alexander Rankovic, who won his first trophy as a head coach in professional football back in 2023 when he won the Singapore Cup title with the Lion City Sailors, their first trophy in this competition. And this is what BG Tampines Rovers have gone for with their 11. 2 changes from their last game in the Singapore Cup. There's a club debut for Raul Suhaimi, the 20-year-old defender, joining BG Tampines after his spell with the Young Lions. He takes the place of the suspended Amirul Adli. Glenn Quay returns to the starting lineup for this final. He comes into the side for Faris Ramli, who is on the bench this evening. Shah Shahiran is still suspended, having been sent off in last season's final, so he isn't available in the squad tonight. Dylan Fox only fit enough for a place on the bench, but Jacob Mahler, another Singapore international, is there alongside Taufik Suparno and the 22-year-old Ong Yuen back at BG Tampines as well. There is Noh Rahman as a player, very familiar with the occasions such as this, former Singapore international, played for some top clubs in his time. And he's done pretty well, Shasi, since taking over as the head coach of BG Tampines.
Yeah, very happy for Noh Rahman, you know, and what an occasion for him as well. And you spoke about this. As a player, he was top, just top right back or left back or even at centre back. He was a top player. And don't forget, he was also one of the assistant coaches at the Lion City Sailors before as well, a couple of seasons back. So, you know, there's lots of rivalry, obviously, players who know each other. But let's hope that they don't cancel each other out on the pitch, because we are just hoping to have a wonderful final. That's Raul Suhaimi, by the way, and surprisingly he starts today. And obviously Dylan Fox, he is only fit on the bench, fit for the bench at least. And let's hope we have a great match here today.
Well, just seconds away from kickoff here at Jalan Besar. And we're off. It is the Lion City Sailors get us underway, playing the white and blue, going from left to right on your screens, up against BG Tampines in the all black, going from right to left. Kyoga Nakamura Interesting to listen to the reception, and you can hear straight away what the BG Tampines fans think of his move to the Lion City Sailors. I'm Rish Roshan Rai, Shasi Kumar alongside me. Thank you so much for joining us on this grand occasion, Singapore Cup final. Lion City Sailors against BG Tampines, two of Singapore football's top clubs. Chance for some mid-season silverware.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Obviously, you can hear the cheers going on, obviously, from the BG Tampines side. But interesting, Nakamura starting out wide on the right-hand side of midfield. They're just going with a 4-4-2, a very typical 4-4-2, and very brave as well from Rankovic to go with just two men in the middle of the park.
As Costa, Song Euyong will look to be sitting in central midfield alongside Sian Denge. Ramsala trying to go on the outside of Raul Suhaimi. Good ball in. Shaw with the first chance. Nice save from Shaz, one straight at him though.
Well, we thought that it would be a little bit cagey at the start. I don't think so. What a cross that was. A wonderful ball. Cutting inside his man, which is Raul Suhaimi. He curls one in, and that was a brilliant chance, I have to say. Should have been 1-0, but great save.
Datkovic. That's Costa. What a start that would have been for the Lion City Sailors. Ramsala up against Raul Suhaimi again. Well, we were told he was going to be starting at centre-back. Seems like he's being pulled out onto the right-hand side, and it's Irfan Najib and Shuya Yamashita in those central defensive positions.
Yeah, I think that's a sensible move for a youngster to go out at centre-back.
Costa. Yamashita with header away, picked up by Hide Higashikawa. That's Raul Suhaimi. Sega Sumi. Nice and aggressive. Too strong for Costa.
Yeah, I think he has been one of their best players, Sega Sumi, in the middle of the park. A real defensive mid, very strong, and also very good on the ball as well.
Well, we were misinformed, Shasi. How do you feel about that? A few mind games for the commentators as well in terms of where Raul Suhaimi will be playing.
Yeah, exactly, you know, and I think before the game as well, we suspected that he would be at right back because it's a cup final coming into a new side, so to speak, and you know, you want him not to be really in those central areas.
As Ramsala seeing a lot of ball early on. In fact, a lot of the action going on for the Sailors down this left.
And you can already see that that's the target, isn't it? That right back or left wing of the Lion City Sailors.
It's a good steal by T. There's Nakamura. Song. Shot into Shuya Yamashita.
It's been a very good start for the Lion City Sailors on the front foot from the get-go. Nakamura not phased at all, playing his usual confident self on the ball. And Song's a shot deflected, and I think BG Tampines, they need to really weather the storm a little bit in this opening 10 minutes or so.
Well, have a look at the setup from this set piece, Shasi.
Yeah, they're all bunched up just slightly at the edge of the penalty area, and now they make their move.
Well, I wonder if the timing wasn't quite right. It looks like they're changing it up. Signal coming in, and Bailey Wright is given another signal across to Nakamura. Costa looking for the flick on, comes back out to Song! Off the crossbar, and T can't put the rebound away.
Oh, that's brilliant technique. And obviously you would expect that from Song. And that was a near post flick on. I think it was Shawal at the near post. Oh, not really. Actually, it was a BG Tampines play, but look at that technique on that. Caught the ball so sweetly. A few inches below, we'd have 1-0.
Well, already it's 5 minutes in, a couple of big chances for the Lion City Sailors.
Easily could have been 2-0 already for the Lion City Sailors.
Well, a repeat of last season's Singapore Cup final. Sequel to what was a pretty comfortable win for the Lion City Sailors, even if there was just one goal in the game, scored by Bart Ramsala. Here's D. Nakamura. Ramsala. From range. Straight down the middle.
Yeah, that time round, Shazwan, no problems at all. Straight at him. Very comfortable catch. Just the wingers, but Ramsala and Nakamura, not your very typical wingers, having on the ball.
Chulchu. Here's Sumi. We've had to make do without Shah Shahiran, who I don't think when he got sent off in last season's final thought he would be missing the entirety of this season's competition because of the way it's been structured.
Yeah, it's really bad luck for Shah Shahiran. And just very interesting to see the Sailors as well, how they set up defensively. Sian Denge just coming back to form a 3 in the middle. 5 across.
And Denge there to take it off. Irfan Najib. Benhausen gives it back. Here's Chu. Kazama. Almost running into Yoshimoto. It's been an excellent outlet down the left-hand side. Takeshi Yoshimoto for BG Tampines. Chu. Sumi shields it well. Under pressure from Datkovic. Hui. And a chance for BG Tampines to get into some sort of rhythm. Kazama, lovely work. Looking for the give and go, and Costa will shepherd that out for a goal kick.
Yeah, more like it from BG Tampines. Much better with control on the ball, and that's usually how they play anyway. Lots of control. That ball, I have to say, a little bit disappointing from Kazama, because it's a straightforward ball looking for Sumi.
Now the press is on. Benhausen has to get rid quickly. Bahagia.
That's good press from BG Tampines. We'll set the trap out wide on the right-hand side for Van Huysen.
Irfan Najib. Yoshimoto. Lovely touch by Kazama, and a clever one as well. Gives Susak some work to do.
Yeah, very good first touch. The ball going up. His first touch before that wasn't the best, but then made amends. Not a bad ball at all.
The Lion City Sailors came up against Balsa in the semi-final. 5-1 win on aggregate. A 4-1 victory in the first leg. Gave them the chance to put their feet up in the second. A little bit tougher for BG Tampines against Albrechts Niigata Singapore. Tougher test, but one which the Stags passed in the end after a bit of a scare in the second leg, which saw them lose 3-1. Thankfully, they had the 4-0 first leg win to lean on, going through 5-3 on aggregate. Albrechts changing their name as well to Albrechts Jurong.
Well, they've been there for the longest time, Albrecht, so it probably makes sense if they do want to change the name.
Ramsala. There's Costa. Song, again free. Another shot. And another tester for Shazwan.
Yeah, that run from Song, just coming from a deep position this time around. And BG Tampines, they need to take a look at this as well. Kazama there, a little bit slow in tracking his runner. This probably works for BG Tampines, trying to slow things down a little bit.
Yoshimoto. The Sailors going into that back five. It looks to be a 5-4-1 and pretty deep. They're sitting in their half.
Yeah, and that's how they usually do or play in continental competitions anyway.
They were taken apart by BG Tampines in the Community Shield, 4-1, and perhaps they learned some, well, not perhaps, they definitely learned some lessons from that. Really got hurt on the transitions and the longer passes in behind.
Exactly.
There you go. That's Quay.
Especially the way BG Tampines plays, you know, especially the left back, right back, they don't really stay in those positions. They come in and then create those extra players down the wide areas with the central midfielders or wide players just ghosting in.
Yamashita. Heavy from Bahagia. He's strong in the challenge. Looked to be a good tackle.
Yeah, it was. Obviously, the first touch wasn't the best. Then went all in the challenge. There you go, he got the ball, and I think it was from the follow-through. It caught Enoisen's ankle there. It's a fair challenge.
It's Rankovic, who's been quite happy to talk about his achievements at the Lion City Sailors, and rightly so. They had a fantastic season last time out, picking up the league and cup title. Had that run to the AFC Champions League 2 final as well, competition in which they've been knocked out of the group stage. Instead, it's BG Tampines who finished top of their group, ahead of Pohang Steelers, who are 3-time Asian champions. BG Tampines looking forward to round of 16 clash against Kongan Hanoi. Very good Kongan Hanoi side. And here now having to deal with the Lion City Sailors. There's Costa trying to release Ramzala. Just fouling Raul Sohaimi.
That's great work from Raul Sohaimi this time. Managed the space very well. His positioning was very good. Got to the ball first, used his body very well. A little bit lucky to get that free kick though, but they'll take it.
This is where they can be so dangerous on the break. A quick transition, Bahagia. Just getting crowded out. 3 LCS players taking it off him. And now it's the Sailors who can get forward quickly. Here's Ramzala. And Dengue decides to have a goal from range. Wasn't that far off. It seems to be a tactic for the Sailors to shoot from distance. We've seen a few of them already.
Yeah, at the moment, because the BG Tampines midfielders are just backing off, or even the defenders. So look at the time and space was accorded to him, and then that shot wasn't far away, just hitting the roof. Just couldn't dip enough.
Really good atmosphere out here at Jalan Besar as well. The organizers have done a great job, a real party vibe. Carnival going on outside the ground.
Outside the ground as well. It's wonderful to watch, and you know, little booths being set up.
Bahagia. Still with Bahagia. Easily cleared by Bailey Wright. Yoshimoto. Oh, lovely ball in. Shusak has to come and gather. Didn't initially, but slides into it to clean up.
Yeah, good football, including the goalkeeping here. As the ball comes in, he had to get there. And then the second time as well, took it off Glenn Quay's feet.
Well, there's been some Lion City Sailors fans who haven't been best pleased with the decision to loan out Iswan Mabut to the Young Lions.
Yeah,
and with Susak's performances, there have been some question marks.
Yeah, it's really a question of game time for Iswan more than anything else.
Song. Well, pretty even in the possession numbers. 53% to the Lion City Sailors.
I tell you what, I just love that defending, that piece of defending from Raul Suhaimi. You know, so often than not, wide players getting the opportunity to turn and face his man, and then so much time and space to cross the ball. Raul Suhaimi does the opposite, does it so well.
Have a look at the crew and the Yellow Knights. Yoshimoto. Has he gone for goal? Oh, Yoshimoto! Just off. Caught everyone out.
Including us.
Yeah.
Oh, what an effort. What an effort from Yoshimoto. He totally meant that as well. Susak was way off his line. Great technique on that. I tell you what, anything just slightly to the right of the goal, that would have been 1-0.
Oh, it actually came off the post. Oh, that was great disguise by Yoshimoto. He made it look like he was going for a diagonal.
Yeah, exactly. And he's been great as well, Yoshimoto, ever since he's come on for BG Tampines. He's had a couple of change in hair color as well.
Great start to this final.
Exactly. And that's what we want as fans as well.
Cup finals, you know, lots riding on it. It can be dull at times across the world of football, but really wonderful start from both these sides.
Yeah, that's Kazama and Glenn Quay. A little bit of a sandwich going on there, but yeah, like you said, it's been a really good start. The first 5 minutes, Lion City Sailors could have been 2-0 up, and then BG Tampines now slowly coming back into the game. It's a good ball actually, just coming across. Very difficult for defenders to handle and deal with it. I think Irfan Najib does well there.
Well, BG Tampines playing their 17th game of the season. They've only lost twice in all competitions in that time. 11 wins this campaign. They've been very solid defensively. Shasi, 6 clean sheets from the 16 games played coming into this one.
Yeah, it's a great thing to have, you know, the quality of not conceding goals, clean sheets and what have you, and obviously with Dylan Fox on the bench as well, you know, I think they've got strength in depth in that department as well. But let's not forget the work put in by the midfielders, Sumi in particular.
Bahaja looking for Hide Higashikawa, and there's been plenty in the way of changes.
Yeah.
Some off-pitch turmoil in a sense for BG Tampines, but they've looked really good.
Exactly, and this was the earlier ball that was played a little bit too long by Trent Wajia. But yeah, you're right about players coming in, you know, and things have got to change. Obviously, Nakamura leaving, but the players that have come on, especially the foreign players, they've been really good. So often than not, you know, we talk about foreign players coming in to the SPL. They've got to be really good. They've got to be one up than the locals, and I think BG Tampines has done just that.
ST back to Costa. Yoshimoto flicked out to Bahaja. Song. Ramsala. Space to turn. Plenty of time on the ball for Costa. Goes for the cutback. There's Song. Those late runs from midfield, Shasi.
Yeah, and then he's starting from those deeper positions, which is usually so difficult to pick up, especially if you're a central midfielder. He picks it up just at the D, outside the penalty area. Just leaning back a little bit and then under the ball.
Song Ayong this season, just 1 goal in all competitions for the Lion City Sailors. Here's Joel Chu. Has a goal in this competition already. Nenge. Confidently turning away from Yoshimoto. Shawal does the same, but he's taken out by Yamashita.
Yeah, from the back as well. Not the best of challenges. And Shawal, good first touch. Knew the challenge was coming. Oh, nicely done. To be fair, Yamashita didn't really go in and lunge in with his legs. Just knew exactly what he was doing, just taking Shawal out.
Song. Miss Costa. Kyoga Nakamura drops inside. Nicely out to Venhausen. And Nakamura looking for that reverse pass into T, was in an offside position.
Yeah, pretty clear from here. Looking for the reverse ball for Leonard T. He could have just controlled the ball a little bit longer, hold on to it.
Nakamura, who spent 5 years with BG Tampines, club he joined after his time with Albrechts Niigata, Singapore. Singapore international. Left BG Tampines to go over and play in Thailand with Bangkok United, but things weren't going so well for him over there, both on and off the pitch. And from BG Tampines' perspective, or the fans' perspective, bit of a controversial move back to Singapore football with the Lion City Sailors. There is a proper rivalry between these clubs, isn't there, Shasi?
Yeah, obviously.
And we have seen it boil over on a couple of occasions previously.
Yeah, obviously, on as well as off the pitch as well, in a couple of seasons ago. But yeah, I mean, if you go or do go to a rival club, you're always going to get it from your fans. But the players know on the pitch they've got to go for it. Off it, we'll be the best of friends.
And in Singapore football, Shasi, players change clubs often. That is the situation here because of the short-term contracts. You don't normally get this sort of reaction.
Yeah, I think you're right. But that's also because of Kyoga Nakamura. You know, I think what he's done for Tampines, and he's been really, really good for them.
But this is nice, isn't it? To actually have that element, that emotion in it.
I just love this. You know, you listen to the jeering, and obviously Nakamura is very experienced and he knows exactly what this is all about. He won't care.
Here he is, Nakamura looking for Shawal. Peeled away well.
Well, Shazwan had to be alert because that ball in from Nakamura was a good one, but it was that header back from Shawal, who is good in the air, and he tried to direct the ball in for Leonard T. Just couldn't hit it a little bit back to T. Shazwan off his line quickly.
He's got such wonderful movement off the ball as well, Shawal Anwar.
Yes, and then his first touch is also very good. So even the worst of balls, you know, he has that ability to control it.
Mashita. Segasumi, who really is a wonderful profile in central midfield. He's got the height, he's got the physicality, and he's technically very good.
Exactly. And as he did just the earlier stages of the game, he can make a run, a deep run into the penalty area, which can cause chaos really. But you're right, you know, he's got that physique. Very calm as well.
Chu. Not quite the same physical profile as Segasumi, but technically also very good. A little bit slow to close in on Nakamura. Breezes past him. Irfan does well.
Great defending from Irfan. Superb.
Pohaja was on his bike early. Yoshimoto could have played it over the top.
Yeah, and then Pohaja, he won't stay. He will make those runs just behind the defense. Very, very dangerous. They got to find him.
Asumi.
Rankovic on the bench, not really happy. I think about that earlier challenge, which was a good one from Irfan Najib.
There you go, Alexander Rankovic. Is he under any sort of pressure? There's been some talk about it.
Well, I don't think so. Within, I don't think so. You know, I think he's done the business at least so far. He's won the title last season, and still talks of pressure. And probably the pressure comes from within.
Now look at that turn of pace, Glenn Quay. Couldn't pick out Higashikawa. Great momentum. Excellent tempo to this contest.
Exactly, and just looking at that play from Glenn Quay, I just thought that Higashikawa could have made that run a little bit earlier into the penalty area. Probably waiting for a cutback.
Mashita. Now look at how deep the Lion City Sailors are. We're seeing some really interesting battles out wide. Oh, clever from T. Two players on him, and he finds a way out via Kyoga Nakamura.
That was clever from Nakamura as well. Knew he didn't have the pace to go forward. He's cut inside his man. It's experience for you. You're right about the battles and down wide on this side. It's Pohaja and Van Huysen. It's just that ball behind, isn't it? Van Huysen has got to get his positioning right all the time.
Shawal. The referee deciding to bring it back for a foul on Leonard T.
Yeah, it's a foul from Asumi, a hard one there. Right decision. Right decision. The first one, definitely a foul, but I think it was taken quickly. There you go, a late challenge from Sumi. So position maybe slightly further than Sian Denge would want. I don't think he's fazed by that.
Of all the players out there on the pitch, interesting that it's Sian Denge who's stepping up for this.
Yeah. Well, we can name many on the pitch.
There he goes.
Yeah, didn't really get that accuracy right, the technique on that. Went for the curler, just got under the ball a little bit too much there.
Now, Sian Denge, not a player who gets too many goals. Just Just the one so far for the Lion City Sailors in his 17 appearances for the club. Irfan. It's Yamashita. Fizzed into Higashikawa. And Segasumi, this time he was apologetic earlier when he went through Leonard T, but this time around he doesn't agree with the decision.
Yeah, and referee very clear in what the message is for Segasumi. The next one, he's going to get carded for that.
Barely right. Goes to the left. Also Jaime with the intercept.
Again, positioning very, very important if you're a wide defender. And he got it right again that time, Raul Jaime. Kazama wanted a foul, not given.
And Denge. Ramsala. 3 in the box. I think he's overhit that one to Nakamura.
Yeah, the ball had gone out of play. I'm just surprised that he didn't cut in and go for a goal there, Ramsala. Just being a little bit, or being very fluid, Lion City Sailors, with Leonard T now just going to the right midfield and Nakamura coming inside with Shawal as the lone forward.
There's that longer pass. Going to stretch the Lion City Sailors. Denge. Great control under pressure.
Yeah.
Leonard T as well, aside from his goals this season for the Sailors, you look at the work rate.
Yes, he's been so good. And you talk about goals, he has that ability to score great goals as well.
Could be a problem here for BG Tampines. Ramsala, Costa on his right foot. I don't think he really fancies it.
Yeah, you're right, and didn't really have it in him.
As a lunge by Shawal Anwar, he will pick up a booking.
And Brankovic livid on the touchline there, says that, you know, what about the earlier one? Shawal coming in, so much of force. I tell you what, that's a poor challenge. There you go. It was that action, that lunging action. It's really poor challenge from Shawal. Obviously not a defender, but no excuse really.
It was a situation where I think he really felt he could take advantage of, because there was just a miscommunication between Bahaja and Yoshimoto. Segasumi on loan with BG Tampines.
Yeah, Rankovic still having a goal, this time on the 4th official, Jansen Fu.
Segasumi, who was a former Nagoya Grampus under-18 player, his parent club, Fagiano Okayama. Also Jaime. Has that taken a touch off Costa? Yes, it has. It will be a corner.
Yeah, the question was Glenn Quay in an offside position? It doesn't matter, it's given, as in the corner. Good position. Ball from Raul Jaime, just to get it over the top for the run of Glenn Quay. I think that's what they have, pure wing play in terms of Tampines going forward. The Glenn Quay and Trent Wajia.
Quay with the in-swinger, goes deep.
Too deep. Glenn Quay wasted opportunity.
Dengue. And Kyoga Nakamura, one of the issues he had at Bangkok United was that he was playing at right back in the offensive phase of play. There he is, playing on the right-hand side, but with license to roam in field. Song. That's Costa. Right. Shawal. Don't need to say the name. You hear the boos and you know exactly who it is. They will like that challenge from Yoshimoto. BG Tampines fans. Sailor still in possession though. Ramzala. Floated into Shawal. Again, that movement off the blind side of the defender.
Well, he thought about it, the acrobatics, but a little bit too long that time for Shawal Anwar. Ball just over the top, a little bit too long, overhead from Ramzala. There you go, just attempted something there.
Yamashita looking for options, wants some movement ahead of him, but they're quite happy to just be patient in possession, BG Tampines. No space to work with, so they'll try and pull the Lion City Sailors out. Kazama.
Oh, the pass was on there for Glenn Quay. If only the timing was right. Could have gone beyond Costa.
Yamashita. That's Quay. Kazama, Higashikawa and Bahaja in the box. Waiting for delivery, will come from Raul Suhaimi. And Bailey Wright had to drop in. That's Kazama. Quick effort on the turn.
Yeah, just putting a little bit of pressure on the Lion City Sailors defense there. They wanted a foul here on Diego Costa. I think the right decision. Zama took it clean enough, but just didn't have that accuracy. Not an easy task there in the technique on the volley.
Another very smart signing by the club. Koya Kazama, 4 goals, 9 assists in all competitions for BG Tampines.
Yeah, very intelligent player. He just plays off Higashikawa. And obviously, good combination there with Higashikawa's pace and the vision of Kazama.
Going to play with a wealth of experience. And Dengue wanted a free kick. The referee says Baja got the ball.
I think he did. Again, Rankovic, not surprising. But having a few words with Van Huysen this time.
Right. Vanhausen. And just like that, Shasi, 40 minutes played.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, because then you know that the game has been flowing. Raul Suhaimi again. Just before that, getting the better of Lopez. Costa, sorry.
And you know for a fact that that will be an area that they will try and target as well.
Yeah, and the initial stages was that's going to be a problem for BG Tampines, but I think Raul Suhaimi has adapted very well
It's Leonard T. Flags stayed down. Lion City Sailors playing their 18th game of the season in all competitions. They've lost on just 4 occasions. One was against BG Tampines in that Community Shield fixture. Interestingly, these two sides yet to meet in the Singapore Premier League. It's going to be busy for the rest of this season.
Yeah, very, very busy.
Almost feels a little bit strange that the Lion City Sailors have played 5 games in the SPL. BG Tampines have only played 4.
Usually it's the other way around, with Lion City Sailors with a packed schedule playing less games in the league.
Well, still a long way to go in the Singapore Premier League. Song. Costa. Dengue. It's Nakamura.
It's crowded out in the middle. Nicely done from BG.
Sega Sumi. Gashikawa loses out to Darkovic. Dengue. It's Ramzala up against Raul Suhaimi. Away from one. Away from 2, but forced back. T. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, this ball in from Ramsala. I think that was good play from Irfan. And I think that was a handball given against Leonard T. Tried to control the ball.
That's right, handball is the call. Top scorer for the Lion City Sailors last season, Leonard T. And doing well this campaign. A pretty comfortable evening so far for the officials from Australia as well.
Yeah, I think they've been very good in terms of letting the game flow. That's what he's tried to do concerning Adam Percy.
To be fair, they've not been given too many problems by these sides. There's Irfan. Oh, lovely ball into Bahagia. Is there a nudge in the back? Well, the flag had gone up for offside anyway.
Oh, it's a close one, and Van Huysen there, I think for the very first time, was caught on the wrong side of Bahagia. This was the ball. It's a very close call with Bailey right in the middle there. And having said that, Van Huysen does so well to get back.
Assistant referee on the far side, Irvin Shanmuganathan. Ramzala. There's Glenn Quay.
Again, I think that was good defending from Glenn Quay. Knew exactly as soon as the ball was played inside for Ramsala, it made that run. Diogo Costa. And Glenn Quay had to track his runner there. Does so well to get there in front of his man.
So just the 1 minute at the minimum added on.
Yeah, I think both sides will be happy just to go in at half-time with this score line, not giving too much away.
That's Bahagia. That's T helping out again. Oh, Bailey Wright. Could have been a costly error.
Yeah, I think Kazama was not happy that the ball wasn't played back to him after the error from the skipper.
Here's Bailey Wright. And there's the whistle for half-time. A lively first half, Shasik.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I thought it was a wonderful first half. Played with good intentions from both sides, going forwards, trying to get that goal. But in the end, both sides cancelling each other out.
Well, plenty of opportunities for both these teams. We don't have a goal yet, but Shazwan called into action very early on. Some important saves. Ivan Susak having to keep out a couple of opportunities on the other side as well. So at halftime here in the Singapore Cup final, it's the Lion City Sailors 0, BG Tampines Rovers 0. Welcome back to Jalan Besar Stadium. Singapore Cup final between Lion City Sailors and BG Tampines Rovers. Plenty of action in the first half. No goals just yet. Well, let's have a look at some of the highlights from the opening 45 minutes. A great start from the Lion City Sailors. An opportunity in the second minute here from Shawal Anwar, forcing that save from Shazwan.
Well, that was a great ball in from Bart Ramsala. And like I said, so early on in the game, that would have given them momentum and a great start to the game. This was a great ball in, and Shawal Anwar, I don't think he could have done any better there. Good save.
And just a couple of minutes after that, Song Yong crashing his effort against the crossbar.
Yeah, I just love the technique on that from Song. From the corner kick, I think it was flicked on from Costa. Then to get it over the ball and on target as well. It's not easy. Song has that ability. Hits the bar.
And in the 14th minute, Sian Denge from range also wasn't that far off.
Yeah, it wasn't. And good technique on that time around from Sian Denge. And defenders and midfielders just backing off a little bit too far. The ball just hitting the roof of the net.
BG Tampines with this chance from Yoshimoto in the 17th. Put some disguise on that, and he meant it.
Yeah, and he just went through the ball with his instep there. And Susak was scrambling to his right, and he just comes off the post as well. The outside of the right post.
And late on in that first half, one more opportunity for BG Tampines. Bohaja playing it in, a bit of a mix-up. Couldn't quite sort his feet out, Bailey Wright, and could have been a costly error.
Yeah, and Bailey Wright, very lucky there, just took a swing at it and then ball just stuck in between his feet. And that was the point where Kazama wanted that ball to be played back. He wasn't happy at all.
Well, let's have a look at some of the numbers from that first half. There you go, 50-50%. I was just going to say, you'd imagine it'd be pretty even in terms of the possession stats.
Yeah, that's about right. And in terms of attempts, and I think the earlier part of the game where Lion City Sailors had more of the attempts, and 7-2, but on target, I think BG Tampines will be disappointed in the fact that they haven't really tested Susak in terms of making him save. And I think that would have to improve in the second half if they are to get a result here.
So BG Tampines will be looking for a few more opportunities with the possession that they have had. We'll go away for another break, and when we come back, we will have the second half of this Singapore Cup final between the Lion City Sailors and BG Tampines. opportunities at both ends. We had a really good first half, Shasi. Very entertaining contest. And the fans out here at Jalan Besar will have enjoyed what they've seen so far. The promise of more to come from both these sides. It's a wonderful crowd as well, isn't it? Good numbers, Shasi, and great atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly. And that is exactly what the players would want to feel and enjoy this cup final. And it has been a final of good quality in terms of the play on the pitch. And expected really in terms of the scorelines. It was always going to be tight in that respect, but in terms of the football, I don't think it has been cagey at all. I think both sides has really gone for it. Lion City Sailors with the initial upper hand in terms of chances created. The first two chances first up was Shawal's header. It was nicely saved by Shazwan Buhari, but after that I thought BG Tampines slowly came back into the game in terms of possession, and then created a couple of half chances of their own as well.
Yeah, everyone who has come out here to Jalan Besar this evening to support these sides deserve a round of applause, deserve a lot of credit, creating a really good atmosphere for this Singapore Cup final. Focusing on the action on the pitch, Shasi, what are you expecting in terms of approach from both these sides in the second half?
Well, I don't think it will change in terms of the style of play or the way they're going to defend and attack, but probably a little bit more intensity from BG Tampines, I hope at least, because I don't think they've troubled Susak at goal. And I think Higashikawa has been pretty quiet, so probably a little bit of intensity going forward in terms of ball movement, ball rotation. It's got to come a little bit quicker, maybe, perhaps. And a change here, Akram coming in for Van Huysen. That's confirmation for you. And it's probably a one-for-one change anyway at right back. But you just do feel that Kyoga Nakamura will have a lot to say in the second half. He's come in more into the middle of the park in that later stages of that first half, and that's probably where he wants to play anyway.
Akram Azman in your picture, former Tanjung Pagar United captain with the Lion City Sailors, being introduced for this second half in place of Christopher Van Huysen. You wonder, Shasi, is that, you say like for like, but is that tactical, or do you think there was an injury? Because we did see Van Huysen go down with what looked to be a knock early on in that first half.
Yeah, probably that could be the reason as well. And again, it's always good to have fresh legs, although I say fresh legs only in the second half, but you know, they want to be taking turns against Trent Vajia, who's fast, who's pacey, and who always want to make runs just behind the defense. So that could be another reason as well.
No changes for BG Tampines. Buhajia has been very lively off that left-hand side with his movement off the ball. And Raul Suhaimi as well, who was making his debut for BG Tampines, playing at right back, a massive game for him. And he's done very well up against Ramzala and Costa. As we get ready for this second half, and we're off. It is BG Tampines going from left to right, playing the All Black against the Lion City Sailors in the white and blue. This is the 21st meeting between these clubs in all competitions. Lion City Sailors only established in 2020. BG Tampines winning the first ever fixture between these clubs by 4-0 in March of that year. Since then, 9 wins for the Sailors, 5 for BG Tampines, with 6 draws between the clubs. It's Akram going to try and scoop that off. Buhajia.
Yeah, that's the change. You can see already in the second half, Nakamura starting through the middle with T out wide on the right-hand side.
Yes, Chu. Back to Yamashita. Might have been hands in the back of Bailey Wright. The referee quite happy to just play the advantage.
Yeah.
Possession with the Sailors anyway.
Yeah, he acknowledged it as well.
Akram. Yoshimoto, well positioned. Segasumi. Be a great name for a lawyer, Sumi. Here's Chu. Who has Quay on the right side, but it's gone over to the left.
Yeah, he thought of the pass there for Bohajia, Joel Chu.
Here's Bahajia. Yoshimoto. Now we saw a lot of this in the first half. The Lion City Sailors, there's no high pressing. When BG Tampines have possession, they want to sit back very deep and be compact between the lines.
Yeah, I think this is a trap, I have to say, because they do have pace going forwards on the break and power as well, with Ramsala and T and Nakamura just behind the striker in Shawal Anwar. So BG Tampines got to be careful as well.
No, you don't usually see this approach from the Lion City Sailors in the Singapore Premier League. You see it on the continent when they play AFC Champions League 2.
Yeah.
So it's a sign of respect, Shasi.
Of course, you know, and like I said, these are the two best teams arguably in Singapore. So they have to respect their opponents, and they've done so in the way they've set up. That's the foul on Sumi. Again, strong on the ball, turning Kyoga Nakamura. Good position here.
Kazama and Glenn Quay standing over the ball. Kazama, who's got a brilliant free kick against the Lion City Sailors in that Community Shield win from a similar sort of position. Is he going to go for that again? Nope. Puts it in towards the back post. Akram with the first header as Raul Suhaimi collects it. There's Akram to Shawal, a little bit behind him. Allows Bahajia to slide in with a great tackle.
Brilliant from Bahajia.
2. Is there a foul off the ball there on Bahajia by Bailey Wright?
Shout from the fans as well tells you that they saw something. Play will go on.
Yamashita.
Too long for the left back. This was the so-called foul. There was a hand on the shots of Bohajia there. Obviously was looked at and not given.
All being looked at in the background. We are keeping a close eye on this contest. Segasumi. Well, he felt he was fouled. Is there a late challenge on Segasumi by Song Uyong, who is apologizing to the referee? He says it was accidental. This will also be looked at.
Yeah, and that was the challenge on Sumi when he played the ball forward. This was the one with the outside of his right foot here. It's so difficult to tell from that angle. This one probably would be better. Oh, I think it's the hand, the right hand. And just It wasn't intentional from Song. From Song on Sumi.
Yeah, painful one for Sega Sumi, but unintentional from Song Eun-yong. Just unfortunate. Happens in a game of football. You just hope that Sega Sumi is not too badly hurt.
Yeah, because you know, we talk about hands, but it affects your running as well. There you go. Ooh, it's on the wrist as well. Looks okay, thankfully. Or maybe not. It does look so painful on the replays as well.
Well, there'll be some swelling there for sure tomorrow. Well, let's see if he's going to be fit enough to continue. Especially with Shah Shahiran still suspended. You don't want to lose Sega Sumi.
Of course, they got the signing Hiyuki Kobayashi as well, so he could come in to make his debut for BG Tampines.
33-year-old Yuki Kobayashi, who has played in J1 in Japan, has 8 caps for his national team, and has also spent some time in the Dutch Eredivisie. Player was recently brought in by BG Tampines. Costa. Datkovic. That's right. It was free-flowing in the first half, Shasi, but I think now perhaps we're seeing the two sides wanting to take less of a risk, less of a chance.
Yeah, and so important that they keep their shape, not give anything away.
Maybe, just maybe, we get that KG final now. Akram. T. Well, BG Tampines want the flag to go up for offside. It stays down for the moment. And it will be a corner.
Well, it did look like he was offside, wasn't it? He's just coming back from an offside position. Not given, so it is a corner. And this was the header. Nah, it's clear. It's a good call. But Ramsla very strong as well. Yoshimoto.
Line City Sailors again, setting up outside the penalty area for the delivery. Late runs into the box. That's come off Datkovic.
Yeah, well defended. Crowd of players in the 6-yard area.
Well, these two sides didn't just meet in the final last season. They also came up against each other in the semi-finals of the Singapore Cup in 2023. Sailors with a 6-3 win on aggregate on the way to winning that first Singapore Cup title. It's been a bit of heartbreak for BG Tampines in recent Singapore Cup finals. They also lost to Hougang United in that 2022 final. I like to call it the Christian Krajcek final.
Yeah, remember that one.
BG Tampines, the last time they won this competition, it's back in 2019. They defeated Warriors FC 4-3 in that final. 3 finals for them in the last 4 editions of this competition.
It's superb from Sumi again.
And also Jaime gives it straight to Song Eun-yong. Ramsala. Denge. Nakamura. Bailey Wright, Nakamura, and Sega Sumi. Yoshimoto. Bahaja picks it up in midfield. Kazama, some space for BG Tampines to work with now. Glenn Quay has the opportunity to run at Costa. Flashes that effort well wide.
Well, he did the initial thing right, just going at speed against Costa. And it went into his favorite left foot. Don't exactly know whether that was a shot or a cross. In the end, it was neither. Disappointing effort from Glenn Quay in the end.
Nakamura. Ndenge. He's had a good game for the Sailors. Ndenge. He's playing in Switzerland prior to his move to the Lion City Sailors, former German youth international. Ndenge. It's Ramsala. Latkovic. Costa. Not making any headway down the right, so trying to go down the left. It's having to go side to side. Both teams very compact and structured to the middle.
Yeah, nicely done from BG Tampines, as you said, compact and very nice. Nicely organized at the back, and then that positioning, Yoshimoto cutting out that pass into the middle.
Well, this is the pattern and the way this game has gone. The Lion City Sailors, the moment they lost that, they retreated back into their own half.
Yeah. That's what, as you said before, that's what they do on the international stage or continental stage, the ACL and the ASEAN Club Championships.
There's Joel Chu. Also Jaime. Well, he had Sega Sumi in support. Worked this well. Bahagia.
It was well worked till that last pass from Trent Bahagia, just finding himself in a 2v1 situation.
He's not really a crosser, is he, Trent Bahagia?
Yeah, you're right.
Sega Sumi battling away. Should that have been a free kick for BG Tampines?
Yeah, looked like it was, and not much of a complaint there from Sumi as well.
Looks like Dylan Fox is going to be coming on, so we're going to have another Australian on the pitch. Raul Suhaimi is done for the night, but a very good shift.
Yeah, I think he has had a very good game. He initially had a little bit of a problem on this right-hand side, but totally coped with it, and he's done so well. Raul Suhaimi. Dylan Fox will come in and play at centre-back, and Irfan Najib will go to right-back.
So 61 minutes for Raul Suhaimi on his BG Tampines debut. Very solid 61 minutes for the youngster. But the established central defensive partnership of Fox and Yamashita on the pitch now. Irfan Najib moving on to that right-hand side, taking the place of Raul Suhaimi. Costa. You can feel that tension. I reckon it's always a lot more nervy for people watching on than the players out on the pitch.
Especially the fans of the clubs.
Well, very nicely done by BG Tampines.
Yeah, it's just that support forward that Kazama didn't have, so he had to turn back. And again, as you said now, just take a look at the number of players behind the ball for the Lion City Sailors.
Here's Bahagia. That's another attempt at a cross, easily dealt with.
Again, that pass was on for Yoshimoto, and the pass didn't come. A simple ball out, and Yoshimoto will be away on the left-hand side.
That's Bailey Wright stepping in. And Shawal made a run. He's in an offside position now. Loose from right. Higashikawa drops in to pick it up. Here's Glenn Quay.
Rankovic just turns away in disgust there. Not happy at all. Loose pass.
Kazama. Here's Quay. Back to Kazama. First time cross. Really right with the header out. Ramzala is shouldered off the ball by Irfan Najib.
Haven't seen that before. But arms are usually so strong.
Lifted into the area by Glenn Quay again, and it's right. Nicely positioned once more. The BG Tampines recover. Yoshimoto. There's Fox.
And the momentum shifting a little bit towards the BG Tampines side in terms of possession.
Surely a free kick this time.
Yeah, Akram on Buajia. Eager to close down on Buajia.
Well, Albrecht Nigata are still the record holders in Singapore football when it comes to consecutive Singapore Cup wins. 4 in a row as we have a look at the possession numbers. Still very close. Albrecht with those 4 Singapore Cup titles from 2015 to 2018. Quay.
Tackles flying in.
It's Bahagia. This is where he's at his best, when he's got that space to use his speed. Kazama. Bahagia lets that go out for a corner.
Yeah, that's intelligent play actually. Trying to take it first time, put the ball in as early as possible. It comes off Costa. The ball in from Kazama here. Good timing on the run. And there you go. The only player in there was Higashikawa. Yeah, I don't think there's a goal or a shot on goal or on target for BG Tampines in this game.
Could be one here. He rolls very well there, Segasumi.
Yeah, just glanced it off the far post. Just very strong just got the better of Denge. Just couldn't get the power and the accuracy there.
Right. There's Darkovic. Well, that BG Tampines defense very ready to drop.
There were 2 runs made. One from Shawal, ball didn't come. And then Leonard T made that same kind of run. The ball wasn't accurate enough, straight at goalkeeper.
So both teams struggling against the low block.
Yep. Especially...
Oh, Yoshimoto, great ball in. Kazama completely mistiming the header.
I tell you what, that was a half chance at least. A great ball in that was played. Quality cross in with the left foot. He should have done better there. Kazama.
That was a wonderful angle on that replay as well, because you just saw the kind of shape that the delivery had to take to get it around Akram Azman and back in again.
Exactly. Quality, real quality. The whip as well. You talk about the low block, but you know, the Sailors' defense are a little bit more deeper than the BG Tampines one. So probably a little bit more room for Lions Sailors to play the ball behind the defense.
Ramzala, Denge. Yeah, shot from Ramzala, but he picks it up again. Here's Lenati. In front Najib in the way.
Again, good defending. It's a little bit of a panic just in front of the penalty area. Putting their bodies on the line there, but Irfan with the final challenge. The ball comes out wide.
Here's that setup again. Hasn't worked for the Lion City Sailors just yet. Darkovic is free though, but Irfan Najib eventually goes to meet him.
Yeah, again, very good defending. Denge not happy. He wanted a corner. Saves the ball.
Can you try and, sorry Shazi, just wanted you to try and explain why they might be setting up this way on the corners.
Well, firstly, if they are setting up like that, then the delivery has got to come earlier a little bit, you know, for them to come in and then attack the ball a little bit late, but then the ball doesn't come. So Nakamura's ball is coming a little bit later, so maybe it's a ploy, you don't know.
There's Kwe. Gashikawa. Arm across the shoulder from Costa.
Yeah, the fans wanting a yellow card. Yeah, nothing more than a foul there.
Still just the one booking in this contest. That one for Shawal Anwar in the first half.
That's about right, actually. You know, that was pretty reckless. A little bit of action on the bench with Lopez getting ready.
Kazama, delivery a little bit too shallow. Normally puts in proper quality from those dead balls. Sega Sumi, calming presence in the central midfield for BG Tampines. There's Fox. Yoshimoto and Susak. It's not too much to do. Takes the pressure off his defense.
Yeah, he read it very well. Blocked it off the air from Kazama.
Nakamura, T. I'm being told that Leonard T is about to be replaced by Anderson Lopez. That'll be pretty interesting as well, because that might signal a bit of a change in approach. We've seen Leonard T put in a lot of hard work on the defensive side of the game for the Lion City Sailors. That's not necessarily a strength of Anderson Lopez.
Yeah, he probably just played through the middle. And, you know, many options really. Nakamura started out wide, and Shawal, even Shawal can go out there, so it doesn't really matter. An opportunity for Lopez to make his mark here. Actually, it's a good time to come on, really.
Well, the differences really are in the depth of the squads. The Lion City Sailors have the ability to bring on Anderson Lopez. And BG Tampines just don't have that sort of firepower from off the bench. Two big clubs having to go about it very differently in terms of how they use their resources to build their squads, to build their sides.
Yeah, and then in that sense, BG Tampines holding their own, doing very well, being very competitive.
That's a credit to how well they've been run over the last few years. Nowhere near the budget of the Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, absolutely. And credit to management and of course the coach as well, Nano Rahman, doing a great job so far.
Yoshimoto into the area. And it is a good thing, it's a great thing for Singapore football. You don't have just the one side running away with it, like we perhaps see in other parts of the world. Here's Lopez coming on for Leonard T. Anderson Lopez signing from Yokohama F. Marinos. And Hami Shaheen is also going to be coming on in place of Shawal Anwar.
Yeah, good shift from Shawal and Leonard T.
So one Singapore international off in Shawal Anwar, another one on in Hami Shaheen. One superstar forward in Leonard T off, another in with Anderson Lopez. Well, Shasi will just keep an eye on the changes in the approach from the Lion City Sailors, if there are any.
Yeah, it's the same with Nakamura out wide and Hami Shaheen just playing in the middle together with Song and Sian Denge. And obviously Sian Denge just playing in defense whenever they are defending without possession.
Really good crowd here. It's just been announced 3,767 in attendance at Jalan Besar.
Yeah, you can see from the pictures as well on the opposite side.
Chu.
Lots of tugging there from Costa. Just really like to see Glenn Quay just go at Costa. 1v1 situations, not only cutting inside, but going on the outside. Because I think he has that ability with pace, just to trouble Costa a little bit more.
Yeah, we haven't actually seen enough of Glenn Quinn in an attacking sense.
Yeah.
And the only thing that really sticks out was that shot early on in the second half that went wide. But it's not been very effective going forward. And his time might be up as well. Just having a look at Faris Ramli getting ready to come on. And also Yuki Kobayashi. Waiting for the opportunity to make those changes. In the meantime, Land City Sailors can open up that BG Tampines defense. Yoshimoto handles Nakamura. Step forward by Sumi. Right collects. Here's Costa. Ramsala. A lovely ball floated in. Lopez, he felt he was brought down by Fox. I think doing, says the referee.
Yeah, just for a moment, Lopez was favourite to get there. As soon as the ball just went slightly over Yamashita, Dylan Fox there just probably panicked a little bit, just got his hand in front of Lopez. Good to see that one again. They are complete, by the way, no penalty.
Cholchu. Gashikawa, Buhaja's made a run. Glenn Quay spotted the run, but he needed to go in front of Buhaja. He's put up into the air, and that gives the opposition defense a chance to recover.
Yeah, Glenn Quay looks like worked his socks off and struggling here a little bit.
Here's Ramsala. Goes on a good run. Clever into Costa. Sega Sumi. So much discipline and awareness from Sega Sumi to put himself in that position. That's what you want from your central midfielders.
It's just right place, right time, and this was the earlier challenge. Just take a look at his Dylan Fox's left hand there, just coming across Lopez. Probably not really enough for a penalty. Here come the changes.
So Faris Ramli coming on for Glenn Quay. Faris used to play for the Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, I have to say, those are good changes.
And Joel Chu is off. He is replaced by Yuki Kobayashi. No, Rahman has been very impressed with what he's seen from Yuki Kobayashi in training so far. And his professionalism, his work ethic, and his quality. 33-year-old is on, former Vissel Kobe, Consadole Sapporo player. He's also played in Qatar, Belgium, and as mentioned earlier with Heerenveen in the Dutch league. Ramsala. Song. Right. There's Nakamura. Ramzala, Hamid Shaheen. Well, he had space on the turn. Akram to ball in, and Kobayashi is there for his first touch since his introduction.
Yeah, need to be a little bit disciplined now, BG Tampines, actually both teams, as we're approaching the end of the game, or at least in the second half here.
Well, I'm just hearing that there's an issue with the changes here because there are 8 foreigners on for BG Tampines. With Kobayashi coming on, so they're very quickly making the change here. Wow, now they're trying to rectify this with the change and Kozama coming off. As Ong Yuen is on.
Wow, that's a problem, isn't it?
It is a problem for BG Tampines. You had Bahagia, Higashikawa, Kobayashi, Kazama, Sumi, Fox, Yamashita and Yoshimoto on the pitch at the same time, and they've just tried to rectify it by making that change. I don't know if that's going to be good enough.
And that was why Joe Chu had a problem in coming up, because he didn't want to come out. And he was trying to tell his bench that there were more than 7.
Well, they're going to play on here for the moment, but this is going to be a big talking point after this contest for sure.
If BG wins, that is. Because it is a problem, really, and that was why I was looking at the bench and Joe Chu didn't want to come off. He was telling someone there.
Well, it's been rectified now. And that's one for the administrators to go and sort out.
Yes, it's a administration problem, really. So they got to sort this one out. In the meantime, play goes on.
Akram. That's been headed away by Irfan Najib. It's something which has happened. This situation, we've seen it in football, and we saw something similar in the AFC Champions League 2 last season with Sanfrecce Hiroshima fielding an ineligible player. Land City Sailors benefiting from that. There's Ramzala.
Well, either way, it's a pity, but it's a terrible mistake to make. It's a terrible mistake to make, and
to be clear, in situations like that, it's all on the club. As we have a look at Anderson Lopez going down here, Shasi. Anything in this for you?
Yeah, that looked like a foul. There you go. It's definitely a foul, isn't it? And it's in the penalty area as well. Or maybe on the line, but still.
Well, if it's on the line, it's a penalty.
Yeah, exactly. So well, everything is happening in the last 10 minutes or so, and this is being checked, by the way. And Yamashita's challenge there, not a good one at all. Definitely caught Lopez on the chest.
So not enough to recommend an on-field review. On we go. Nakamura, Hami, Akram, Dengue. Edging closer and closer towards extra time. Here's Ramzala. Hami. Faris. As Irfan helps it forward.
Yeah, Lion City Sailors putting the late pressure on here.
Right. Dengue. Sailors looking for a strong finish. Here's Ramzala. Song. Trying to quicken the tempo. Costa. And Yoshimoto. Just there once again. Nakamura just caught on his heels. Here's Ong Yuen. Ramzala, Akram tried to play it first time to Lopez.
Well, Akram should have gone in on his own there, take a shot or something like that, because he was already in the penalty area. He tried to be a little bit selfish, trying to play it for Lopez. That was the ball in. Control it and hit it. Calm heads needed here in the last few minutes of the game.
Yamashita. Lopez using his physicality. Holds it up well, but that was the wrong option.
Great work from Faris. Tracking Diego Costa all the way.
Datkovic pops it up into the air. Akram helps it on. As Kobayashi can only pick out Tony Datkovic. So a minimum of 5 minutes added on. 5 minutes for one of these players to make themselves a hero. A late goal here, and that will be the cup confirmed. Otherwise, we go into extra time. The last time we had an extra time period in the Singapore Cup final was back in 2017. That one went all the way to penalties. Ramzala into the box. Lopez with him. It's Ramzala. Trying to squeeze it in at the near post. Shazwan with a big save.
Well, Shazwan had to be alert there. At the near post, and could Pat Ramzala have squared this instead? Very angle was against him. Decided to go for a shot anyway. Well, it's the same ploy, isn't it, with the players all bunched up at the edge of the penalty area, having a discussion, and then they break out.
There they go into the box. Datkovic again is free. Irfan keeps his eyes on him, but this time it's Sega Sumi who meets the delivery. Hami. Akram. Dengue. There's Costa against Faris. No nonsense. Well-timed challenge. Going for those step-overs was Costa. Faris wasn't fooled. Dengue. It's been all the Lion City Sailors. BG Tampines, in an attacking sense, just lost their way a little bit. Holding on defensively though. Things change on the break. Higashikawa again off to the wrong side. Bahaja made a good run on the left. Sailors win it back.
Yeah, I think the ball from Kobayashi wasn't the best. Just slightly behind Higashikawa.
Lopez, Nakamura. Gets fouled by Ong Yuen.
Well, it's a great position, isn't it? Just outside the penalty area. It's perfect for Bart Ramsala.
Well, he picked it up early by Ramsala. Wants to take on the responsibility. Scored the only goal in last season's final, Ramsala. Looking to be the match winner again. Big moment in this contest. They want to make a change here. Just getting the referee's attention. Ramsala's not happy because he's coming off. Adzic is coming on. And Ramsala was saying, should have given me the time to take it. Is he being waved back in? It looked like he was coming off. Yep, he is going to have to come off now. Ramsala. Adzic is the player who'll be coming on, so Ramsala won't get the opportunity to be the hero once again.
Well, is Luka Adzic going to take this?
Another player signed from Bangkok United, Luka Adzic, who scored a lovely goal against the Lion City Sailors in the group stage of their AFC Champions League 2 clash at Bishan Stadium. It is going to be Luka Adzic. His first involvement is to take this free kick. It's Adzic! Not a bad effort.
Well, almost was, like the script was for this. Luka Adzic's free kick. And Shazwan Buhari with another, this time, a straightforward save. Still a corner to defend.
Adzic with the delivery. And Dengue.
Well, we've gone over 5.
That is the minimum. It's up to the referee at his discretion how long he wants to go on for. Have to add on more as well. Stoppage for the free kick, and with the substitution. Still time for the Lion City Sailors to conjure up another attack. Time for one more chance. Nope, they've decided against that. So, final whistle. Regulation 90 is up, and we will have extra time. Not too much going on in this second half. Adzic has just come on for the Lion City Sailors in place of Bart Ramsala. He'll have at least 30 minutes to show us what he's all about and to make an impression on his debut for the Lion City Sailors. Shall I see your thoughts on what we've seen in this second 45?
Well, I think the Lion City Sailors definitely edged it in the second half in terms of possession and in terms of control of the game. And obviously there were swings in the game in that second half where, you know, BG Tampines had possession, but you just do feel that there's no cutting edge in front of goal for them. They haven't really tested Susak out. And especially after that error, if you want to say it, they kind of lost their way, BG Tampines, in that attacking sense. And they've got to sort things out a little bit in this extra time. But Lion City Sailors, they do look like the better side, the more powerful side.
Well, instructions from the head coaches, and a bit of a rest, a bit of a break before they get back in this for the players. Rankovic very animated on the sidelines. Noor Rahman cool and composed as he usually is in these situations. Let's have a look at the highlights of this game so far. Beginning with this early chance for the Lion City Sailors, just 2 minutes in. Shawal Anwar.
Yeah, it's a great start for Lion City Sailors there. But Ramsla cutting inside, swings one in. Shawal Anwar just got in front of Irfan Najib there. Just caught ball watching a little bit. Good save from Shazwan.
And just a few minutes after that, Song Yong hitting the crossbar with his effort.
Yeah, good effort. Just got over the ball with the volley there from the near post corner. Good technique on that one. Shazwan beaten that time.
And Dengue with another one. Was pretty much all Lion City Sailors early on in this matchup. That one in the 14th minute.
Yeah, good clean strike on this one. Didn't dip enough. Ball just hitting the roof of the net.
And then Yoshimoto in the 17th. And what would have been a spectacular goal.
Yeah, one of the efforts on goal by BG Tampines. Few and far between.
Another one just before the half-time break. And not even really a half chance, I guess. Shasi, just a tangle. Bailey Wright not being able to sort his feet out quick enough. BG Tampines unable to really take advantage of that.
Yeah, the error by the skipper and Mishikawa there. Not do really much good cover by Datkovic.
And Yoshimoto with good quality on his delivery. Into the second half we go. Koya Kazama couldn't get the right connection.
Yeah, Kazama, I feel, should have done better. Ball swung in, great shape on that one. Just getting in front of Bailey Wright, Kazama. Just couldn't get a good purchase on the ball.
And then in the 80th, Ramsala with a driving run in field. Sega Sumi there to cut out that pass into the box from Costa.
Yeah, powerful run from Ramsala as well, and the ball played in for Costa, but Sumi has been outstanding today in the middle of the park, just sniffing out the danger. Right place, right time.
And then in the first minute of added time, well, Ramsala with his effort, Shazwan with the save at the near post.
I think Ndenge there just behind him, you can see at the right of your picture, who wanted a cutback, arrived late in the penalty area. Comes inside, Faris, quick shot, good save.
And then Luka Adzic in the 6th minute of added time with this effort. Again, Shazwan with the save, keeping that clean sheet intact.
Yeah, brought in especially for this free kick, first touch of his game.
So there's well, we have a look at the numbers here, not really saying too much. There might be a bit of a conversation going on because of what we saw earlier with the number of foreign players that BG Tampines had on the pitch. So there's a bit of a delay with the extra time period. And I wonder if this is where we come to some sort of conclusion. Let's see. The players are being brought over. Referee has the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I think Rankovic, the most animated of officials. You can see on the touchline with an official from the Football Association of Singapore. So there's loads going on here.
Well, if you go strictly by the rules, then the Lion City Sailors have won.
Yep.
There will be a forfeit here, which is incredibly disappointing for BG Tampines and for their fans watching on.
Exactly. And to bow out from a administrative error here, it's disappointing for the fans, obviously, and for the players as well.
So we're just waiting for that to be officially confirmed. They tried to rectify it, but the damage was already done.
Absolutely, absolutely. As soon as the ball was kicked, when
so potentially a Singapore Cup final being decided by an administrative error. It will be such a shame.
And I think, as you said, during commentary, it's all on the club. It is. It's an error. It's a mistake.
It's not up to the match officials, in case anyone is wondering, saying, why didn't the match official say anything? It's not up to them to step in that case. It is up to the club to sort themselves out in terms of the number of foreigners that they have on the pitch, in terms of what changes that they are making. It is their responsibility. So this is all on BG Tampines. If it does turn out to be a disqualification, and so the team managers, I'm hearing, are having a discussion, saying it's a technical error. We'll wait and see what the outcome of that is. Well, we said it would be dramatic, Shasi.
Yeah. And we do hear that it has happened before, when it was the under-23 rule before, and the game was forfeited. So
are the Lion City Sailors about to benefit from another administrative error?
It does look like it. Really does look like it. And how disappointing will it be for the players? And Nur Rahman as well. The team has done well, and
they got to look at the team manager as well. They play a part in these situations.
And so easy, isn't it, in the thick of action, adrenaline and whatever, trying to make changes in a game, and you just completely shut out. You forget about these things, and obviously it shouldn't happen, and it has.
Well, it's looking good for the Lion City Sailors. A few smiles on the faces of some of their players on the bench and some of the coaching staff.
Listen, Rankovic has even gone in and shook hands with the Tampines players, saying, game over.
Well, Rankovic is going over, I think, to have a word with Nur Rahman. I don't imagine you want to win it this way as well. I mean, they'll take the cup win. Of course they will, but it will be interesting to see if they celebrate, how they celebrate, if it is awarded to them. And I think they're actually saying it's good to see there some sympathy from Rankovic, Nur Rahman, and perhaps they are talking about who the responsibility for this falls upon. But this is why we have a delay. If you're just joining us, you're quite late to the party, but welcome along. And the reason why we are having a delay with the restart to the extra time period is because Tampines at one point in that second half had 8 foreign players on the pitch. So an administrative error. They tried to rectify that, but I think the damage has already been done.
Because we got to make it clear as well, the rules are the rules, and if you do have 8 foreigners on the pitch and against 7 on the other side, then it's an advantage, isn't it? And it doesn't matter whether you're playing for 1 minute, 2 minutes, it doesn't matter. And
well, it's in the regulations.
Yes.
The Singapore Cup regulations. So if you're going by that, technically speaking, they've already made the error with the 8th foreigner who's the ineligible player. on the pitch.
And the irony is, the first person, I think, who found out about this was Joel Chu, the BG Tampines players, because when he didn't want to come out, there was commotion on the pitch, and he was talking to the referee, he was saying something to the referee, and you know, he was told to come out because his number was up. And when he came out, he had a discussion, and he was talking to Nur Rahman, and he had his head in his hands, and he knew exactly there would be trouble. But having said that, it shouldn't take this long as well.
It seems pretty clear-cut, doesn't it?
Yeah, it shouldn't.
If you follow the regulations, Shasi, if you're the Lion City Sailors, you just say, well, that's an ineligible player, so we want the win.
Exactly.
Or do the Lion City Sailors say, never mind, forget about it, we'll play on?
Nah.
Well, let's see.
No way.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the hand signal seemed to say that they're going to be playing on. Wow. There could be a case here where they are playing on and then they'll, what, come back to it, sort it out at the end?
That was what happened in the when the under-23 rule was, and it happened in a game as well. They had to finish the game first and then decision made after that. Well, after all that,
well, they're going to play on.
listen, now the thing is now, right? The mentality of the Lion City Sailors players. What do they do? Do they, you know, it's a weird thing.
Well, even Rankovic is saying, well, what is this? Unless he's been told that, you know what, we'll see this one out, we'll finish this, and then we're going to win it anyway. And then
but that doesn't make sense, because players can get injured, right? You know, these kind of things. It's a weird thing, really.
Well, the game will carry on because we still need to come to its conclusion, and a decision will be made after that. So the decision for now is they'll continue playing. So here we go, extra time.
Well, I wonder whether the fans in the stands know what exactly is happening.
So on we go, extra time. Well, that's been the decision. Kobayashi. As Fox, Bahajia. Kobayashi. Higashikawa. There's Costa. Well, big credit as well to our reporter pitch side. So we have a look at Bahajia. Ball into the box. Ong Yuan with the effort.
Well, BG Tampines, this extra time starting off very strongly. That's a chance actually for UN.
There's Fox. Kobayashi. Just going back to our pitch side reporter, I have to give credit Tessa Saad. She's done a fantastic job getting us whatever information she can from the sidelines. Yoshimoto. Right with the header. Here's Song. Denge. Right, Lopez. Hami Shaheen.
Another change here for the Lion City Sailors.
Song Young is coming off, and Lionel Tan, another Singapore international, on for another.
Well, that just means that Akram will be pushed further forward. Nakamura coming inside.
Well, the game needs to take its natural course. And Denge. Adzic.
Well, I think the two sets of defenders, they've been so good.
Yeah, they both sides have defended very well. You have to say, it's been one of the strengths this season in the matches that they've played. Kept clean sheets, very solid defensively. The approaches as well have been quite different. Not really used to seeing this sort of style from BG Tampines.
Yeah, the defense have been so solid, and especially today as well. Under pressure, come out tops.
Well, the match needs to take place, come to its natural conclusion, and if there are any infringements of competition rules, that will be looked at after the match, not while it's ongoing. Here's Ndenge. Nakamura. Well, it's been that sort of game, Shashi, and it's continued on into extra time as well.
Yeah, it's the stop-start nature, really, and it's happened after that so-called mistake, and I think it hasn't really flowed, especially like in that first half, where it was so good to watch right from the first whistle.
Zhong Yuan, oh sorry, Kobayashi rather. The shot from range, easy for Susak. And we saw it with the numbers as well. BG Tampines, after 90 minutes, 5 efforts, nothing on target.
Yeah, exactly, and that's probably the first one on target after extra time. So, tells you a lot.
Darkovic for Lopez. It's Costa. Yamashita. Faris. Costa's there. Zhong Yuan. Nakamura.
Final shot from the ex-BG player, coming off Yamashita for a corner. An opportunity to swing one in again. This time, Nakamura not taking it.
Well, it's a change up in the set-piece routine here. Shashi, no more standing around outside the box.
Yep.
They're inside now, Lion City Sailors. I'll wait for this delivery from Adzic. Right with the header, save from Shazwan. Might have been a handball on the clearance, but play continues for the moment. Here's Adzic. Goes around Kobayashi, and he will get another corner.
Yeah, Kobayashi had to be careful there, lunging into the challenge. This was the header. It's a great header, wasn't it? Again, he's made a couple of saves here, Shazwan Buhari, in this game.
Lovely delivery, whipped in again with good pace. Segasumi it was, heading it away. Costa. Lopez underneath that.
Yeah, under pressure from Fox. Good ball in. And, Costa just in between of the two defenders, but Fox does well just to get there, put the challenge on, make it difficult for Lopez.
Fox. A good closing down by Hamish Shaheen. A bit too strong for the referee's liking.
Yeah, tried to play it early for Lopez, and Lopez wanted it short. Faris goes down injured there after challenging for the ball against Costa.
And that is the whistle for half-time of extra time. First period of 15 minutes done. Bit of an issue here for Faris Ramli. It looks like he's got some trouble with his knee. And
I don't know whether it was a knock, a contact, or the way he landed, but it was a difficult ball anyway to try to win. And Costa was favourite for that one.
Well, the end of the first period of extra time. Lion City Sailors 0, BG Tampines Rovers 0. We'll have players will have a quick break. Get some fluids on board before they switch around and continue on.
Well, they'll be hoping that Faris is okay, because he's still out being treated by the physios.
There we go.
We just hope that Faris Ramli is going to be okay. Looked like he was just holding on to his knee. He has had some injury issues already this season. He had a hamstring issue in pre-season, and he came back and had a recurrence. He's not going to be able to carry on. This is such a shame, Shasi, that Faris is going to have to come off here.
Yeah, the substitute is not. He's got to be really disappointed here. You know, obviously, he had injury issues, out for a very long time, and not really looking good. He's clutching his right knee there.
Yeah, you really feel for Faris. Look at him, he's distraught. And players will know that's a bad one. Well, both sides have to keep playing anyway. That's how it goes. That's how it should have been done. Taufik Suparno will be the replacement. If there are any issues with the regulations, it needs to be sorted after the game is done. Well, they have to see this one out. It's very unfortunate for Faris. You can see him clutching his right knee.
Yeah, distraught. And let's hope it's just a minor one.
Kobayashi. Susak. Yeah, pretty good with claiming those crosses, although I guess if you're standing at 2 meters tall, you should be. Tony Datkovic about to be replaced by Rui Pires. And that will happen at the next opportunity.
Great defending, superb from Yoshimoto. Getting there in front of Akram and then playing it off Akram for a goal kick. And this means that Akram goes to right back. Lionel coming in to centre back. And Rui Pires just holding the midfield.
There's Taufik, he's got plenty of pace, works his way into the box. That's another shot on target.
Yeah, first touch, first shot. The important thing is he had to put it on target. Yeah, he did. Didn't really lack the power and accuracy to beat Susak.
Costa. This one for Adzic. Yamashita with a great challenge.
A superb challenge. He had to get it right. It's a good ball, intelligent ball that was played by Costa. He's coming across, superb from Yamashita. Again, like I said, defense, both sets have been immense.
Oh, it's played in again, Shazwan. Well, it's been very important for BG Tampines. Say defensively, they've been solid. The goalkeeper very much a part of that.
Yeah, the skipper has done really well tonight. A couple of good saves earlier on from the corner in extra time.
Fox. Yoshimoto. Just in behind Kobayashi.
Yeah, it was an intelligent ball actually, just trying to play it low instead of whipping in one in.
Hong Yuan.
Overhit that pass for Yuan, who made that run from deep. Needed a much better pass.
Dengue. That's Costa. Suresh. Higashikawa, Leon to Yoshimoto. Here's Buhajia. Well, both defenses on top.
Bailey Wright, so strong there. For a moment you thought Buhajia would just get past him, but just using his body very well and earning his side a free kick. Really right on Higashikawa there. Almost like a wrestling tackle. There you go. Just all over him.
Sumi. There's Kobayashi. Plenty of time left in this period of play to find a winner. Now we go to penalties. The Singapore Cup needs its champion tonight, Chelsea.
Yeah, of course. Oh, it's a late challenge on Kobayashi, I think. Referee waves play on. Not given. He was out of the pitch actually. He's back in.
Hong Yuen back to Sega Sumi. Number 7 for BG Tampines. It just looked fantastic all game.
And he always seems to find...
Obviously, as I say that, he puts that one straight out for a goal kick.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he always seemed to have lots of time on the ball. So very good, and you know, obviously he's putting the ball out of play.
Costa. Lovely cut back. Oh, it's in! Hami Shaheen has scored what will very much be the winner for the Lion City Sailors this late on in the contest.
Well, Hami Shaheen, the substitute. Well, that's how much they value him there. Look at all the players. And that was a superb finish, you gotta say. With his left foot as well. It was well worked. This ball in was a good one. That run from Costa. And he had the presence of mind to cut it back. It's a superb finish. I think Shazwan Buhari was blocked just in front of him there. A couple of players, but take nothing away from the finish. Controlled left-footed finish from Hami Shaheen.
What a moment for Hami Shaheen to get that goal. His first in the Singapore Cup. And looks like that'll be enough for the Lion City Sailors to go on and take this.
Does look like it, but you never know.
Here's Bahagia. Yoshimoto keeps that in play. Well, you're right, Shasi. We've seen so much drama already tonight. Still time for more.
Yeah, and just like last year, 1-0, could it be enough again?
Taufik, Perez coming across. Nice goal for the Lion City Sailors fans to celebrate as well. Big roar at Jalan Besar when that went in. This time around, nothing Shazwan Buhari could do.
And it was well worked as well, you know, that run from Costa. An underlapping run, and then the fact that he actually had the presence of mind to cut it back, and that's a poor challenge from Taufik Subarno. Frustration, obviously.
Fox picks it up. The Sailors will drop deep again, just as they've done pretty much all throughout this contest. And BG Tampines have had possession. Lopez. Well, just a matter of seeing this one out now for the Lion City Sailors. Right. Akram. Nakamura. Boos have subsided.
Yeah, Akram, that's a poor ball looking for Hami Shaheen, who had made a very good run.
It's a big goal by Hami Shaheen for himself. Nakamura coming close.
Yeah, that would be the icing. Nakamura scoring against his former club.
I just want to get your thoughts very quickly, Shasi. Put you on the spot here. Man of the match?
Wow, it's a tough one, really. You know, I think there have been some very good performances, and in a funny kind of way, I've got to give it to one of the defenders. I think Bailey Wright has been immense at the back. He's just put Higashikawa in his pocket.
2 minutes, minimum of 2 minutes added on. Bahagia gonna create one more chance. Hong Yuan gets in the way. Touched on to Taufik. Too many white shirts around him. Hong Yuan. And that should be that. Kobayashi with that effort, ambitious. And the crew looking forward to celebrating another trophy, another Singapore Cup. Will be a third in a row for the Lion City Sailors.
Yeah, on the balance of play, especially the cutting edge up top, and I think Lion City Sailors, they've really edged this one out. And maybe, or maybe not. One last chance, but it's not the way to do it.
Lopez dances his way past a couple of defenders, and that's the finishing touch. Anderson Lopez makes it 2.
So strong, Lopez. 1v1 against Dylan Fox. He was favorite to win it, Dylan Fox, but pure strength. And the finish as well. Emphatic finish. 2-0 and well-deserved as well. It's a straightforward ball. Fox with a slight nudge there. Still lots to do, and he turns 2 men. And the finish, class.
Good, strong play, holding off Dylan Fox, who's only just returning from injury. Arms across, protecting possession. Pushes himself into the box. That's a look up, and that's a fine finish from Anderson Lopez, who makes it 2-0 to the Lion City Sailors. His second goal of the tournament. And that is it. A hat-trick of Singapore Cup titles for the Lion City Sailors. And it's a hat-trick of heartbreak for BG Tampines Rovers. A defeat in their 3rd Singapore Cup final. The night belongs, though, to the Lion City Sailors. Took a while to get going with the goals. We got a couple of them in extra time, and they can celebrate more success.
Yeah, look at that. All smiles and laughter for Hami Shaheen and the gang. And overall, I think they deserve the victory. Take nothing away from BG Tampines, the effort that they put in, the players stood firm, competed, defended well until those very last moments. 2 very good goals, actually. Hami Shaheen with a superb finish, and Lopez very strong.
Final score in the Singapore Cup final at Jalan Besar Stadium. Lion City Sailors 2, BG Tampines Rovers 0. Let's have a look at the highlights of this match. Getting this chance from Song Hye-yong right against the crossbar in the 5th minute.
Yeah, good effort from Song earlier on, keeping it low on the volley, hitting the bar.
And then Ndenge also in that first half, in the 14th minute, with that shot from range.
Just couldn't get that dip going.
Yoshimoto with a nice disguise on this effort. Look at how far out he was as well, and he caught out Susak. He caught all of us by surprise, and that just drifting wide off the outside of the post.
Yeah, Susak was definitely scrambling. Got his bearings wrong there.
To the second half, Yoshimoto with the good cross. Kazama just mistiming his header. And that one was in the 68th minute. Didn't have too many opportunities for both these sides in the second half.
Yeah, good whip on the cross. Kazama disappointing.
And Ramsala in the first minute of added time, testing Shazwan at his near post.
Quite similar to the goal that Hami Shaheen scored, but instead of that cutback, he took a shot, and Shazwan Buhari made a couple of good saves today.
Adzic with this final effort of the regulation 90. Shazwan again tipping it over.
Yeah, his first touch of the game, and a good save again from the skipper.
And Trent Bahagia. This was in extra time, the first half. Wong Yuen is miss-hitting that opportunity.
Totally miskicking it, that one. Wong Yuen.
And then in the 102nd minute, Bailey Wright climbing above Shio Yamashita and making Shazwan pull off another impressive save.
Yeah, very strong, Bailey Wright. After all that happened, I think he is my man of the match, but not a good sight for Ramli.
Yeah, having to come off with a knee injury at half-time of extra time. Taufik Suparno with this effort, 107th. And pretty comfortable by Susaku. Wasn't really troubled this evening. They never really caused too many issues for the Sailors goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think that would be the most disappointing part of BG Tampines' game tonight. Not really giving Susak much of problems.
And the 109th, another save by Shazwan.
Well, this time a little bit straightforward. The near post header from Bailey Wright, straight at the goalkeeper.
Adzic in behind to Costa in the lead up to the opening goal scored by Hami Shaheen. Nothing Shazwan could do about that this time.
Yeah, still lots to do for Hami Shaheen. Just take a look at Taufik Suparno there, being able to track his runner, but again, Wong Yuen probably not brave enough in closing down on that shot from Hami Shaheen. If you just take a look at this again, that cut back, and then just turning his back on the shot from Hami Shaheen. Good control on the finish.
Giving the Lion City Sailors the advantage, and they went on the attack again. Nakamura coming close to scoring against his former club.
Yeah, this was nearing the end. Good shot from Nakamura.
Susak thumped it forward, and he'll pick up the assist for this one, the Lion City Sailors goalkeeper, after some strong centre-forward play from Anderson Lopez. Just bullied Dylan Fox, moved his way into the box, and kept his composure with the finish.
That was just class from the big man Lopez. Still lots to do here, no danger whatsoever. And then in that one motion, he just beats two men. And the finish was just class, just lifting it past the goalkeeper, and yet no chance at all. Look at that left foot turn. Brilliant finish.
And a great look at that replay. Strong from Anderson Lopez, starting to bang in the goals for the Lion City Sailors after a tough start. He's come up with another important goal for his side. And it's another Singapore Cup win for the Lion City Sailors. Shasi, 3 in a row. Is any stopping them?
Well, they are stoppable, but at the moment, in terms of form, and obviously this looks like already their favorite tournament to be playing in. Singapore Cup, 3 in a row, as you said. Still one more to equal the record by Albirex. but they look really, really strong. And on the bench as well, you know, they still had players on the bench that could come on and do the job. Haris Harun didn't even make it to the team. So, you know, they look really, really strong.
Was that the difference for you then? Do you think that BG Tampines were able to match them for about 90 minutes or so, and then once you went into extra time, it was just too much because of the quality that the Sailors had? These two players who came off the bench and made the difference.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that as well. The two players who scored were two players who come off the bench. And I'm not saying the players who played didn't have a good game. They had a good game, but you know, sometimes you need fresh legs, a different kind of problems to deal with. And these are the problems, or these are the players that can come on and make the difference. And they totally have done so. The bench have won it for them.
Hamish Shaheen, he'll be absolutely delighted with that. Getting the breakthrough goal. Both defenses were so solid, Shasi. But it's the Lan City Sailors who were able to get the goals that they needed to pick up the win. And have a look at the Lan City Sailors supporters. What a time they are having. When they first started the club, we were all expecting them to go on and win everything, but it wasn't that easy, was it? It took them a couple of years to get off the mark with that league title on the Kim Do-hoon, and then they've been able to build on that somewhat over the last couple of seasons or so with the wins that they've put together in terms of collecting silverware. And that's how the Lan City Sailors will be judged in terms of the number of trophies they're able to pick up.
No, obviously. And I just like to say, you know, defensively, they're so strong. We talk about Higashikawa, Boajia, Glenn Kwe. They just couldn't penetrate the defense, you know. Ably run at the back by Bailey Wright. He's been absolutely brilliant at the back and so strong as well. And they are just pure defenders. They just get the job done together with Tony Datkovic and the rest of them. So difficult to break down.
And a word on BG Tampines, Shasi. Where do they go from here? It is very early stages of the SPL season. They've only played 4 matches, so there is that, the league to look ahead to, and continental competition as well.
Yeah, they should be proud of themselves, you know, in that sense. But it's still early on. They've only played, what, 4 SPL matches, so long way to go there. And hopefully they can put up a sustained challenge throughout the season. And obviously they've got the other clubs to play for, you know, the ASEAN Club Championships and the ACL2, obviously 2 more very difficult challenges. But it's the strength in depth, isn't it? Whether they can sustain that for the next few months or so.
Yeah, there is going to be something to keep an eye on. Well, it is more heartbreak for BG Tampines, and you're just hoping that they'll be able to recover from this and recover well. On the night, Shasi, do you think anything was missing from their performance?
Yeah, I think I've said it throughout the game, especially going into the second half and all. I think that cutting edge in front of goal, that was really missing, and somehow they've got to try to get over that. And you know, sometimes the players, when they get the ball, and players like Sega Sumi and all, they're good players, strong on the ball and stuff. Probably they could just play it on a little bit quicker. You know, that kind of thing. The intensity has got to be a little bit quicker, maybe. But you know, they're still a very, very good side, especially in the SPL.
And we got Desmond Ong, Deputy President of the Football Association of Singapore, on the stage there. Alongside Mr. Forrest Lee, President of the Football Association of Singapore. And it is Desmond Ong who is presenting the Man of the Match award to Bailey Wright.
Well, well deserved, I feel. You know, I think he has been, was outstanding in this game, and truly deserved the Man of the Match award.
Well, he's been another one. We often talk about big name foreign signings coming in and having this little period of adjustment. Take it back to when he first joined the Lan City Sailors. He had he had disciplinary issues in terms of red cards. He had his injury concerns, but what a solid signing he's been.
Absolutely. You know, I think I did that game when he was red carded in his very first match and had problems fitting in, you know, but totally adjusted, and he's, you know, just class.
Well, Shazwan Buhari is very impressive this evening, helping his side out defensively with a string of saves. Picking up the runners-up medals. They're putting them around their necks. That's an interesting one. That's Koya Kazama, who's been very effective for BG Tampines Rovers so far this season, but it just wasn't his evening. Hong Yuen getting an opportunity to impress in the Singapore Cup final. Shu Yamashita was very solid in central defense, alongside Irfan Najib, and then he had Dylan Fox coming in as his partner. Jacob Mahler also returning from injury, not playing his part. Joel Chu, unfortunate for him in the situation that he faced. Coming off, he comes away with that runners-up medal as well. Hide Higashikawa, Glenn Quay, perhaps will look back and feel that he could have contributed a little bit more in attack, but Sega Sumi was perhaps the standout player in this BG Tampines side in terms of how well he did in possession. Coaching staff also picking up their medals. Glum-looking Noor Rahman in the green top. I completely understand that.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your runners are BG.
Chairman of BG Tampines Rovers, Mr. Shungo Sakamoto, presenting the runners-up medals.
To present the medals to your Singapore Cup champions, please welcome Mr. Bruce Liang, Executive Director of the Lion City Sailors.
And now we will have the presentation of the winners' medals for the Lion City Sailors.
Champions, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Lion City
The Singapore Cup champions 2025-26. Medals being awarded by the Executive Director of the Lion City Sailors, Mr. Bruce Liang. Song Yong, who had some good efforts with those late runs from midfield, shots from range. Seemed to be their strategy early on in the contest. Ramzala, who wanted to take that free kick late on, but was taken off and replaced by Adzic, who forced that save from Shazwan. And Dengue was very steady in central midfield. Anderson Lopez getting some medal just behind Adzic. Not too bad on your debut, picking up a Singapore Cup title.
Yeah, absolutely, and nearly scored with his very first touch, so, you know, long way to go. And obviously just getting adjusted to the side. Costa there with a wonderful assist for that first goal. Van Huysen in that. There you go, the answer to our question at half-time. It's the left ankle.
Yeah, ankle injury was taken off at the break, replaced by Akram Azman. Ankle wrapped up on crutches. Managing a smile through the pain. Well, that gold medal around your neck. And you'd imagine a pretty handsome win bonus as well will help with the pain. Kyoga Nakamura having a word with his former chairman. And that is his first club title.
Yeah, well deserved, isn't it? And not bad, Nakamura, first game for Lion City Sailors, and a trophy and a medal.
Now look at the coaching staff as well, the numbers there. We speak about squad depth and the quality of playing personnel, but also off the pitch with the coaching staff, the technical staff, administrative staff at the club, all getting their reward.
Yeah.
Alexander Rankovic recollecting another Singapore Cup title. He spoke pre-match about how much this competition means to him. Was his first trophy in his professional career as a head coach. His first trophy with the Lion City Sailors. And he's just kept delivering. A league title, another cup to follow. Singapore Cup number 3, and they'll be looking for that league title as well. A perfect start to the SPL campaign for them. 5 matches, 5 wins for the Lion City Sailors. A long way to go yet in that competition. Looking pretty ominous for the rest of the league with the way that they're playing at the moment and the quality of their squad overall. Haris Harun didn't feature this evening. Will be presented with the trophy. That's Haris who goes over to Mr. Forrest Lee, the president of the Football Association of Singapore. That is a beautiful trophy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's listen, it's a wonderful trophy to win, and truly deserved this evening. Lion City Sailors, the Singapore Cup champions.
And there you go, the Lion City Sailors, Singapore Cup champions, 2025-26. An incredible achievement. 3 Singapore Cup titles in a row. And always special, no matter how many trophies and how many titles you win, you're always looking for the next one. Title winners in there. And wonderful moments for a number of these players who have joined the club to get their first medal as well. And a great night for Hami Shaheen, making a big difference off the bench. Those are your champions of the Singapore Cup this season. The Lion City Sailors once again. A mid-season title. Give them a lift, you'd imagine. And a push to go on and collect even more silverware. That's exactly what they will be targeting. Well, it's been an interesting night at Jalan Besar. A good contest between 2 of Singapore football's top sides. But it's the Lion City Sailors who come away as champions in the Singapore Cup once again. It finishes here. Lion City Sailors 2, BG Tampines Rovers 0. More football coming your way. The Singapore Cup is done. We go back to Singapore Premier League action. BG Tampines up against the Young Lions on Friday, the 16th of January. Albrechts Niigata against Tanjong Pagar United on the 17th of January. Geylang come up against the Lion City Sailors, will be back in action. And then Balestier against Hougang to wrap things up on the 18th of January. Plenty more local football coming your way in the Singapore Premier League. I'll leave you with these pictures. Thanks for joining us this evening at Jalan Besar Stadium. We'll see you soon for more from the Singapore Premier League when we resume the league campaign in just a bit.